Welcome back to the channel, where we explore the machinery that moves the world, from the high-octane asphalt eaters to the silent revolutionaries changing our urban landscapes. Today, we are turning our attention to a vehicle that might not have a V8 engine or a carbon fiber monocoque, but it has arguably done more to democratize electric transportation in the United States than any six-figure supercar. We are talking about the two-wheeled phenomenon known as the Lectric XP, and specifically the latest evolution of this dominant platform, the Lectric XP 3.0. If you have spent any time in an American city, a campground, or a suburban neighborhood in the last 3 years, you have seen this silhouette. It is the foldable, fat-tire electric bike that seemingly came out of nowhere to conquer the market with a price point that made the competition sweat. The XP 2.0 was the best-selling e-bike in North America, a title that carries significant weight in an industry flooded with thousands of startups and legacy manufacturers. Now, the 3.0 is here to solidify that reign, and it does so by refining the formula rather than rewriting it, addressing the specific needs of the daily commuter and the weekend adventurer alike. Let's start with the chassis and the fundamental architecture of this machine, because that is where the most significant utilitarian upgrades have occurred. At first glance, the XP 3.0 retains that signature industrial, boxy aesthetic that says function over form. It is rugged, approachable, and unapologetically built for duty. However, the engineers at Lectric have made a critical structural change to the rear end. The rear rack is no longer a bolt-on accessory, it is now integrated directly into the frame itself. In the automotive world, this is akin to moving from a body-on-frame design to a unibody construction for better rigidity. This change boosts the payload capacity of the rear rack to an impressive 150 pounds. This isn't just a spec sheet number, it transforms the bike's capability. It means you can confidently carry a second passenger, heavy cargo, or a week's worth of groceries without the tail wagging the dog. It creates a stable platform that feels planted and secure, which is exactly what you want when navigating potholes or hopping off curbs. Powering this pocket rocket is a rear hub motor that punches well above its weight class.
While the nominal output sits at 500 watts, the peak output surges to over 1,000 watts. In automotive terms, think of this as the difference between cruising horsepower and the torque available for passing on the highway. This peak power is essential for hill climbing and getting off the line at stoplights. The XP 3.0 is configured to ship as a Class 2 e-bike, meaning it has a throttle and pedal assist up to 20 miles per hour. However, for those who crave a bit more pace, it can be unlocked to Class 3 speeds, pushing the top end to 28 miles per hour. That is a serious pace for a bike with 20-inch wheels, allowing you to keep up with city traffic flow rather than being an obstacle in the gutter. The throttle response has been tuned to be smoother, mitigating the jerky on-off feeling that plagued early budget e-bikes, providing a power delivery that is linear and predictable, much like a well-calibrated automatic transmission. Of course, going fast is optional, but stopping is mandatory. One of the most welcome updates in this generation is the improved braking system. With the increased payload capacity and the potential for carrying a passenger, stopping power becomes a critical safety factor. The XP 3.0 comes equipped with hydraulic disc brakes on the higher trims, or high-quality mechanical discs on the standard models, both gripping onto 180mm rotors. These larger rotors dissipate heat more effectively and provide better leverage, ensuring that even with a full load on a downhill slope, you have the confidence to bring the machine to a halt quickly. It is a feature often overlooked in the budget segment, but one that seasoned riders will appreciate immediately. Ride quality and comfort are managed by a combination of the front suspension fork and the massive 3-inch wide tires. These fat tires act as secondary suspension, absorbing high-frequency road buzz and providing a larger contact patch for traction on loose surfaces like gravel or sand. The front suspension offers roughly 50 millimeters of travel, which is sufficient to smooth out the cracks and bumps of urban decay. It's not a motocross bike, but it eats up the irregularities of the concrete jungle with surprising competence. The folding mechanism remains a core selling point.
The ability to collapse the frame, fold down the handlebars, and tuck the bike into the trunk of a standard sedan or the back of an SUV makes it the ultimate last-mile solution. It is the vehicular equivalent of a Swiss Army knife, compact when stored, but capable when deployed. We must also talk about the energy source. The XP 3.0 offers options for battery capacity, with a standard range and a long-range version. In real-world testing, range anxiety is the electric vehicle owner's greatest fear. The long-range battery option is the one to go for if you plan on doing anything more than short neighborhood jaunts. It integrates seamlessly into the frame, maintaining the bike's clean lines while keeping the center of gravity low. The display interface has also been refined, providing clear, legible data on speed, battery life, and assist levels, even in direct sunlight. It is a simple, no-nonsense dash that gives you the telemetry you need without distracting you from the road ahead. What makes the Lectric XP 3.0 truly compelling, however, is not just the hardware, but the ecosystem it supports. The passenger mode is a standout feature, allowing for the installation of a dedicated seat and foot pegs for a second rider. This capability positions the XP 3.0 as a legitimate car replacement for young couples or parents dropping kids off at school. It shifts the paradigm from recreational toy to utility vehicle. When you consider the price point, which historically undercuts the competition significantly, the value proposition is undeniable. It is accessible electric mobility for the masses. It is not trying to be the Porsche of e-bikes, it is striving to be the Ford Model T, the vehicle that puts the world on wheels. In conclusion, the Lectric XP 3.0 is a testament to the idea of iterative improvement. It takes a proven formula and strengthens the weak points while enhancing the strengths. The integrated rack, the potent motor, the improved braking, and the versatile cargo options make it a formidable machine in the crowded e-bike market. It is a bike that invites you to leave the car in the driveway, to explore your city with fresh eyes, and to enjoy the simple pleasure of movement. Whether you are a commuter looking to dodge traffic, a delivery rider needing a reliable workhorse, or just someone looking for a fun way to get around, the XP 3.0 makes a compelling case for itself. It is the people's champion, refined and ready for the road ahead.